Hey guys, what is up? Mike here. Thanks for tuning in to another video. In this video, I want to share with you some valuable nuggets. I'm sure something that I say in this video you can take away, maybe not today, maybe a week from now, maybe a month from now, a year from now. At some point in your life, this message will be valuable to you. I want to talk about an important topic, and that is how to get and stay motivated. Okay, I want to share with you my experience and how I stay motivated and some of the things that I think about daily and things that I've discovered, in hope that you can take something from this. Now, everybody has different ways of getting motivated, different ways of getting inspired, but I found something that I'm sure is going to help a lot of people. Two things. The way you get and stay motivated is two simple things, and I'm gonna give you some real world tactics on not this rah stuff. I want to give you some things to logically think about, something that's very rational, something you can apply today. Two things that you have to do to get and stay motivated. Number one is discover your purpose, your reason for here on earth, your reason for actually doing stuff. Okay, that's number one. I'm gonna share with you how I discovered mine, and you can take this and apply it to what you're doing. Number one, discover your purpose. Number two, you have to have a systematic approach to stay motivated and do the things that you're supposed to do. Okay, two simple things. The first one, your purpose. I discovered my purpose, and let me explain to you what that is. It's two simple things, okay? That is, I'm put on earth to work. That's number one. Okay, I'm not put on earth to kick my feet up and sit at a table and watch TV all day, or sit at a beach, or vacation year round. Okay, you're put on this earth to work, and you're put on this earth to reach your potential. Okay, your potential is where you're not currently at today. All right, now everybody has a potential that they can approach. So where you are today, you have potential. You can be a great product designer. You could be a manager. You could be a big investor. You can start your own, you can build a Facebook, your own social network, or what have you, right? Everybody has different things, okay? You can lose weight. You have your potential, okay? Now, at every step, you have to continue to think. When you've reached that potential, you still have higher potential to go to. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. Why do I say you're put on this earth to work? It's because recently, I've gotten to a point in my life where I felt I reached all my goals. Okay, I reached all my goals in the sense I'm happy, I have a beautiful family, I feel blessed, beautiful kids, beautiful wife. I love them, they love me. We're happily, we thank God every day. We pray together every day. I feel 100% blessed, right? We have money in the bank, we can pay bills, we can do vacations. So as I was going, I started to say to myself and my wife and stuff and go, hey babe, we don't have to make any more money. I mean, we're good, you know? We can pay bills, we can do, what more is there? That's what I kept asking myself. What more is there? And this went on for like a year or so. And I was fighting with this internally because I was asking myself, I felt I reached them. What do you do when you reached all your goals? How do you continue to push forward? Or why do you? Can you just relax? Can I just kick my feet up and say, hey, good job, Mike, you know, pat myself on the back, and you know, you've done the stuff that you felt you're very comfortable. But what I knew inside me was that I wasn't really happy. And what I mean by that is, when we take big vacations, and when I say big vacations, we spent about, probably this year, we probably spent close to 40 grand on vacations, to the point to where you can say, this is the life, okay? Big, you know, cruise trips, spending lots of money, vacations in Hawaii and all that stuff. We do this every year. And we get to the point to where, you know, like, we even had like these big cabanas this year in Hawaii, and, you know, I was kicking my feet up and I said, is this life? What if I could stay here for 6 months and just look at the ocean and hear the ocean crash? Is that life? maybe somebody say, I want to travel the world and look at all the monuments and visit all the different places. Is that, when you reach that point, do you want to do that for the next 20 years? Or in my estimate, I'll wrap it up, but I've circled this in my mind over and over and over and over and over again. And I've come up to the conclusion that it doesn't make me happy. I thought it did. I thought money made me happy. I thought when I was younger, I thought I was going after money, but no, it wasn't money, because when you have enough money, you notice that you don't, like when Mark Zuckerberg has $75 billion, he drives a Prius or some Audi. He doesn't have to drive a spaceship, right? When you get money, you realize that, okay? When you have a decent house, you don't need a $200 million house, okay? Enough is enough at some point. Really, you just don't need it. You don't even want it. You're like, I'm good. That's why these rich guys, they drive Priuses and stuff like that, because they don't need it. You know, they can do a private jet here and there, but they don't need the stuff because they just don't need it. It's like, I feel in my heart, I feel the 4-hour work week is a myth. Not that you can't achieve it. You don't want the 4-hour work week because the 4-hour work week, because when you kick your feet up and you're only working 4 hours a week, you realize that it's the loneliest place on earth, because everybody else is working. Even the rich guys are working because they discovered their purpose. So none of this stuff was adding up to me. I was like, dang, there's got to be something more. Then I realized that, first off, I wasn't happy. And then when I look back at my life, when I was driven and ambitious, I was the most happiest. When I was 22, when I met my wife, 23, 24, I was at home, grinding, doing silkscreen t-shirts and stuff. I was just grinding. I was on a grind back then, and she was so attractive to me because of that, because of my ambition. And I realized this: it makes logical and rational sense. Even when somebody is, when you're dating, when you're going after somebody, the person that is the most driven, the person, that attractive woman or that attractive male who is driven, he's not even looking, she's not even looking at you, she's going and she's handling her business, that person seems so much attractive than the person actually asking you out, right? It's because driven people attract other people and other things. So when you're driven, I realized in my life, that was when I was the most happiest, because not that I was attracting good things, I was happy, I was doing something, I was moving. And when I'm sitting down at a beach and just kicking my feet up, though you gotta take vacations, you gotta like spend time out and enjoy, you know, a week here, a week there, but to make that your entire life, to travel the world and just look at monuments for the rest of your life, no, that's not what you're put on earth for. You're here to work. And then, so this all added up to me. Like, I'm put on earth to work, and then I was reading this book, 10X Rule. And mind you, I've captured so many nuggets from different people. It's not the person who's giving you the message, it's the actual truth, the message. If it's true, and you can rationalize it, you can logically think through it, and it makes sense, apply it to your life, okay? I've gained so many nuggets from a guy on infomercial when I was 19. I gained so many nuggets from a book by Stephen Pressfield, Do the Work. And so this latest book was Grant Cardone, 10X Rule. And he talked about your duty. Your duty is, or success is your duty. That was the message, right? And it kind of hit me. I'm like, why are you saying that? And he has this sort of like this principle that success or achieving things is your duty. And so that started to make logical sense to me, because when you aren't achieving things, when you aren't going after success, when you aren't trying to keep one foot in front of the other, you will eventually die off. And he also talked about that, how anything that's not successful dies off. And I was like, he's absolutely right. I was dying inside. Not that I was depressed or anything, but my passion, my energy, my attractiveness, do I want my kids looking at me every time I'm sitting on the couch watching TV and say, son, I made it. We made it. This is life. This is what you do once you made it and you feel comfortable. You just sit around and do nothing. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. So in my mind, it was about It was about, man, I need to get up and do something. Now, we get motivated, and we now know that inside. I knew that inside me. What do you get motivated about? Okay, what do I do now? It's like, Mike. And then also in the 10X rule, it talks about reaching your potential. And I'm like, bing, light bulb went off. I'm like, oh, okay, talk to me about that. We're at a state, and so your purpose on life is to work, is to be successful, is to put one foot in front of the other, always, okay? Now, what are you striving for? Is your potential, okay? It's not that you're striving to make more money, because once you get the money, you don't stop there. What are you striving for? Continuously putting out your potential. That's why in one of these videos I said, I want to write a book now. I think I have enough potential to be a New York Times bestseller. I mean, it's interesting. I never thought about that before I actually thought about this idea of purpose and reaching your full potential, okay? So the two things. I discovered in my life that my purpose, the God who controls this universe, okay? I feel we're all put on earth to work, not just sleep all day and rest all day and sit on the beach all day and drink Coronas all day. We're here to work, and two, we're here to work for what? Our full potential, which means if your potential is to be a rock star UI UX designer, that's what you got to do. That's what you need to know, that your purpose, success is your moral obligation in life by the creator of this universe, that you need to get up, move your feet, and walk towards being a strong product UI designer. If your purpose right now in your mind, everybody has different potentials, right? And ideas that they're thinking about. Maybe it's to lose weight. That's what you need to do. You need to lose 10 pounds. You need to lose 20 pounds. You need to stop smoking. That's what you need to do. Stop doing drugs. That's what you need to do. That's your potential, okay? And once you stop doing drugs, now your potential is higher. Mark Zuckerberg, before I move on to my second point, Mark Zuckerberg reached this. All these top billionaires, they've reached this. There's a video right now, you can go on YouTube and search Mark Zuckerberg. He's in a red cup, very early startup, and the guy is asking him about Facebook, and he talks about how Facebook is a college directory, and he goes on and explains the Facebook at the time, as it was called, and the guy asked him at the end, what's next for Facebook? And Mark Zuckerberg said, it doesn't have to be more. I mean, I think we just do a directory for colleges. So that was Mark Zuckerberg's potential back then. Since then, he's gone and obtained more motivation and more interest in reaching his potential that's higher, which led him to grow Facebook, and now he's worth $75 billion, and now he wants to use 90% of that money to philanthropy stuff, like to save the world, to do stuff. I mean, how great is that? So he's continuously, he thought his potential back then was just to build Facebook as a college directory. And so he reinvented that and you got to always be thinking about what's your potential higher. If I reach and when I reach and I create a New York Times bestseller, what's beyond that? It's to create maybe another one, create 10, speak on stage. I don't know, so you keep thinking about these things. When you become a product designer, when you become a UI UX designer, what's next? Hey, maybe start your YouTube channel. Maybe start building out and sharing your experience. Maybe you start growing. Maybe you start making, I don't know, speaking. Maybe you become a manager, a director, become a creative director, what have you. You want to lead your own startup, build your own app. It's potential, right? It's endless. So you're here to work, and you're here to work towards your potential. Okay, that's the first one. That's how I discovered my stuff. Okay, so now what next? The next thing you gotta do, the hardest part, is to stay motivated. Okay, so now you got motivated because you know your potential, you know what your purpose is here for, which I've discovered. Now, how do you stay motivated? The best way that I've discovered to stay motivated is to not ask for permission. All right, now this is crazy, but trust me, it might take some time to soak in, but in all my cases in life, in all my situations where I posted a video like this, or I posted a personal project or what have you, the best success in my life was by never asking for permission. I just did it and I succeeded. Once I started to look at people's responses to things. It could be a million great responses. Mike, thumbs up on this video, thumbs up on this video. And maybe that one person that says, Mike, maybe you should talk about this next, you know, or do this. And in my mind, I've had all these different things lined up on what I wanted to talk about, but that one person or that one thing, I was seeking out permission on what to do next, and that person threw me off my train track. Whereas when I don't ask for permission, when I don't ask for advice, or not advice, I seek advice, but when I don't ask for what I should do next, that's when the most success in my life have come. So now that I know my potential, I don't ask for permission, I just do stuff. I know what I want to do. I want to write a book. I want to produce, I want to build a product design, a big product design course or university or school or what have you. You know, if that's what I want to do it. Don't ask for permission. Don't ask how. You will learn that along the way. Don't ask for permission. So every day, I'm like, what should I do today? I'm not motivated. Remind yourself of your purpose, which is to work and to work towards your potential. And number 2 is never ask for permission. Once you do that, that will allow you, that will give you the permission just to do, okay? Which is such a powerful thing. And once you do it, the success from doing that, the momentum will carry you on and on and on and on. I guarantee you. That's how I stay motivated. That's how I've discovered my passion, and that's how I continue to push forth every day, by doing stuff, by not asking for permission, not asking why I should do it. Should I do it? Is it okay to do it? Do it. And the success from that will carry you through, be so rewarding. And then, you know, so that's my systematic approach. That's what I mean by you need a systematic approach on how to stay motivated. Know your purpose. You're here to work, and you're here to work towards your potential. You're not here to sleep. You're not here to watch TV and you know, waste your life away just on useless stuff. Work towards your potential. We all have different potentials. You have a different potential than I do, right? We all know what that is. I don't have to tell you that. Work towards that. And 2, don't ask for permission while you're doing it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this was helpful and inspirational, and hope you have a great week.